Hello, this is Binni here. Nice to see all of you again. Happy New Year. Hope that 2025 is another great year to all of you. How are you? Have you had your lunch yet? Today is a Friday. It's a raining Friday at your side. Anybody house also raining? Can I have some responses at the chat to show that we can use the chat for some responses here? Okay, that's very good. All right. Yeah, seems there is an island-wide rain, right? Okay, nice to see all of you. All right. We are still waiting for a few people, but let me just get started. My name is Binni. Anyone been to my session before? If yes, please type a 1. Ah, ah. Nice to see all of you. Okay. So my hair is a little bit longer now. Yeah. But do I still look the same? I've been on holiday for about a month. So the whole of December, for those people who look who look prettier, you look prettier. Yeah. No, I mean I think it's the benefit of this MacBook. Yeah. The Mac make people look prettier. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me just go through quickly while I wait for the rest to come in. Disclaimer, whatever that's it here is for educational purposes. And also the disclaimer from my own company, Online Forex Master, is that whatever state here, they are not financial advice. Thank you very much. This was me maybe like 5 years ago. Yeah, I think probably I just look the same. Yeah. Provided I'm a little bit burnt here. I don't know why. Okay, so anyway, this one is that if you would like to contact me, this would be my email. You can write to this email, or you can just go to my YouTube channel and follow my YouTube channel. But to any of the comments, I mean, you can just type there. I will be able to reply you because I read my YouTube comments every day, and I do where relevant, reply them. Okay. All right, as usual, I'll be doing a little bit of market summary, then the indexes, Forex go. But if you do have, pairs that you're interested to look at, please let me know. Please type at the chat box. If you look at my eyes, it's like constantly turning to the left. That means I'm actually looking at your chat, okay? Because I got like 3 screens here. One screen look here, one screen look there, and then one in front, okay? All right, for a demo account, you can try Poem CFD MT5 demo account. You can just go to this page here or contact anyone from Phillip Securities, the staff, the team to get a demo account. I think they will be very happy to help you set it up. And of course, if there's anything, please contact them via this place here. So I'm just going to get started with the first thing, which what I'm going to do is to just come inside this slide here to talk about US index, dollar index. Okay, now in this session here, I will focus mainly not stocks related, but indexed, commodity like gold, oil, BTC if you like to, and as well as Forex. Okay, so I won't be covering stocks. Yes, in my other sessions, I do cover stocks, but not in this session here. If you are trading into Forex, then one very important index that you want to take a look at would be the dollar index. So if you do have trading view, it's under DXY. So the dollar index measures the strength of the US dollar against a basket of currency, mainly euro. Euro weightage in the dollar index is about 50+%, followed by pound, franc, yen, etc. Okay. So the main thing about dollar index is to look at the strength of US dollar. Same thing as when we are trading in the stock markets, we look at the indexes like NASDAQ, S&P 500. Okay, so it gives us a bit of an overview. So I want to talk about the dollar index here because yes, tonight we have the NFP, the non-farm payroll, the job data, But at the same time, that there's a certain progression or certain key development in the dollar index after we are back, back in 2025. Okay, so the dollar index, right, has been moving in a sideways movement here. So this will be the sideways movement, and since about 2023 to the late of 2024. So this was about 2024. All right, so we are on the second week. So this would be the second week of 2025. This one here will be the first week of 2025. So you can see that first week we already had quite a nice development by closing above 2 weeks high. Why do I say that this is a 2 weeks high? Because this is a weekly chart. So one candle will be 1 week. All right. Not only that, we do have a close above this whole region here. Okay. So this whole region here is like a price movement since 2020 3. Okay, so that would be your 2023 2022 region here until this place, which is 2024. So this will be a 2-year sideways movement of the dollar index. All right, and we have a close above the resistance level. Okay, what is the implication here, right? The implication here is that if investors, I'm talking about huge investors, they want to buy into US Treasury bonds, right? So what would they do first? It's the same thing as if you want to travel to Japan. What do? You change your Sing dollar into Japanese yen, and then you go to Japan and spend money, right? Although now, yes, we don't need to change already, but changing money as an indication of your intention to purchase. Always the case here. So likewise, if investors would want to buy into the treasury bonds of US, then what do they have to do? They have to buy into the US dollar because they have to convert whatever money they have into US dollar. Okay. And then after that, buy into the treasury bonds. Now, in this case, this would cause the USD to go up. Okay. So in other words, when we are seeing that the USD moving up, indicates that there is a good supply of bonds. That means good demand of bonds, not supply, good demands of bonds, right? So when there's good demands of bond, indicates that bonds are still attractive. Now, bonds still attractive means that the yield, that means the interest that the US they are giving, they are still high. Okay. Now, when they are still high, right? What this means would be that people are expecting that the interest rate going forward would not be coming down so soon. Okay, so this would be one of the implications that I'm seeing right now from the movement of USD. Okay, in other words, when you translate this as like a good to know knowledge, we know that, for example, interest rate will still be high, which is something that we sort of gather from the December FOMC. Okay, the market looks at what Powell said and looks at, for example, Trump administration and expect that inflation will still be high, interest rate would not have quite aggressive cut as what we were expecting in 2024. All right. But when we come back from the look of the US dollar, the movement of US dollar in 2025 Jan, and the last leg of last year, the last movement last year was it sort of like stayed flat below the resistance level. But this year, when we first started, it moves up. So what this sort of imply is that yes, inflation still high and interest rate cut not that many as we expected from the movement of dollar. In other words, we might have quite a nice movement in the dollar pair. Okay, so from the broad macro, inflation, interest rate still pretty much high, but from the trading point of view, this means that we might have a strong dollar. Okay, all right. So any question here so far from the dollar index? Okay. That's good. All right, so we might have a strong dollar. And if this is the case, let's take a look at my slides. Okay, here we go. Okay, just like to confirm that you are able to see my MT4, MT5, sorry, MT5 from Poem CFD. All right, is that so? Okay, all good? Okay, very good. Now, so any pairs that you would like me to cover first? So you can put it up here. All right, then when I come, when I finish what I want to cover, then I can quickly zoom in. Okay. All right. First I want to talk about gold. Okay. Just let me have a indication. How many of you are likes to trade gold or have traded gold or gold as something that you always have a look? Let me have an indication. More like a bit of like a understanding of your behavior. Okay, we have one. The rest, no. Okay. Now, gold is one of my best, or rather one of the instruments that I really like. Okay, for only one reason, because recently, if you take a look at more of the longer term data here, I'm just trying to clean my slides. Just hang on for a while. Not slides, but my chart. Just gonna erase all this away. Right. If you take a look at the movement of gold here, then you realize that gold is in a very nice uptrend. Okay, so this is the uptrend movement of gold here, right? Now, if you can use the moving average to guide you, all right, so gold is in this very nice trending movement where it has been staying above the 21 or rather 20 weeks moving average. Okay, so this red color is like a 20 weeks moving average. All right. Now, so what I'm trying to imply here is that gold overall, it's after breaking out of this flattish movement, has been making the higher high movement. Okay, so this would be the high point and it move in a high point. And if you observe into charts, okay, or into price movement, and this is what I like about trading, is that they have a fixed pattern. Okay, it goes like up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And what is it doing right now? Up or down? What is gold doing right now? Yeah, it's heading down, right? Okay, but when it's down, all right, when it's down, it's heading into like a fixed pattern. Okay, what is the fixed pattern here? That means that every time it goes up, it goes down, right? It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But it never, when it comes down, right, it always, in a way, right, behave in a, how to say, quite uh expected behavior. What is the meaning of expected behavior? So for example, I always like to train my student and guide them based on our human behavior. So for example, there was a joke that recently between me and my student. Let's say, for example, you quarrel, or rather maybe someone quarrel with the girlfriend or boyfriend, right? Usually, it goes like this. When you are good, all right, for a while, but after that you will quarrel. You good a while, after that you will quarrel. You good a while, after that you'll quarrel. But the number of when you quarrel, right? Maybe you ignore one another. So there will be few hours or few days, right, that you ignore each other. Maybe this will be the duration of that you will ignore each other. So that's your duration, or this is your duration here, right? So you realize that if I draw in twos, okay, twos, right, in trading, right, each time when it comes down, or each time when there's duration of the quarrel, it's always moving in a little bit of like a fixed format. All right, it's revolved around that pattern. Okay, so from this leg to this leg, gold moves down about 50%. How do I know? That's your 50% here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to move another one more time that between this down here, let me just expand so you can see better. So between this down here and this up, right? Okay, same thing, good days with girlfriend, boyfriend, and then after that you quarrel a little bit, but you know, you will always rebound to better times when it hit the 50%. So here we have the 50%, 50%. Okay, now then let me just do that again when it goes up better times. Okay, and then this will be the you know, the start of that. Here we go. So this will be the start of that price movement here. So that's your better time, the good time. And then after that, right, maybe get a bit of argument, it comes down. So previously we saw like 50% here, but this time around, it's actually rebounds around 38.2. Not too bad. Why do I say it's not too bad? Actually, it means that you take lesser time to reconcile. Okay, that's also a good thing, right? So we saw this behavior as 38.2. Okay. Now, let me just do that again. When it goes higher and we start from this point here, you realize that it exhibited the same pattern. Can anybody tell me that between this leg here to this leg, where there's good times and you get into the quarrel stage, into the argument stage, where it starts to rebound? It starts to rebound at the 50 again, and then we do see reactions at the 38.2. Agree with that? Okay, so this is what I like about looking at charts and looking at patterns, because there are patterns in the market that we can sort of use it to our advantage. Okay, so gold is exhibiting the 50% retracement each time after it moves up in its what we call an impulse wave movement. Actually, we don't need to look at it as an impulse wave. I just remember all the good times with the girlfriends or boyfriend can already, because that's easier to remember. And when you get into a little bit of argument, all right, that's your retracement. Okay, it's hit into the 50% and it hits into 38%. And right now it's starting to rebound. So we are seeing a little bit of a rebound in gold. All right, from the weekly perspective. So gold has been going flat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 weeks already. So gold going flat about 6 weeks already. And to this week here, pending the employment data later on. All right, this it seems to be a little bit bullish right now. Okay, so gold is one of the trending you know, instrument, all right, trending trade, right, that I'm looking at, because it has been moving up, okay, moving up, but during after Trump you know, election, after the elections, and it starts to do a little bit of correction, but it's still very much well supported, all right, into the known levels. Okay, when I say into known levels, it's at 50. We've seen that rebound happening. 38.2, we've seen that rebound. All right, and right now it's actually showing the movement upwards. Okay, in that supported region. Okay, any question here? So maybe you ask me again and say, hey, look, Binni, you're saying that dollar is likely to be going up, right? And then if you take a look at gold, gold is XAU. Okay, gold is XAU versus USD. Okay, but gold can be paired against the other currencies as well. But many people trade SAU versus USD, right? So if this is the case, if you say that dollar is going up, and then yet you are coming to tell us that gold could be going up, right? Then it's just not logical. Then who is stronger? Now, recently, in the past few years, we actually see a delink. That means that decoupling of the movement of gold and dollar. That means, yes, there was like a relation to gold versus dollar in the past, but then right now it's like decoupling. It's not that strong relation. So I don't think that it should be a consideration in the USD, but it should be a consideration in itself by looking at gold. Okay, all right. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, you can just continue to let me know your questions. All right, if no questions, I would just proceed to talk about other pairs. Okay, here you look at the CFDs. These are the indexes that we can trade in terms of the indexes. So I have here, for example, the NASDAQ. So if I were to just right click and I can just go to the chart window, it will opens a chart, right, of NASDAQ. Okay, so usually what I would like to do is I would like to put in my own template, because I actually built template for this one here. So that's the template that I want to use, right? Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more on the indexes now, okay, especially more on the S&P 500 index. Okay, and also you might be surprised that later on, if there's time, I want to talk about the STI. Okay, now I decided that we should be focusing into NASDAQ, because NASDAQ is a little bit hotter now. Okay, now this is NASDAQ. What I like to do is I always like to take a look and start my analysis from the day point of view, the day chart. Okay, but if I look at the day chart, I find that, hey, look, it's a little bit confusing. Then I would be looking at the weekly chart. Okay, so in this case here, let's start to look at the weekly chart here. So I have two moving averages here. One would be the red, another one would be the blue, right? You realize that these two moving averages, they are showing very much that NASDAQ, it's going up, right? Agree? Yes or no? Yes, right? Okay, very good. Okay. Then the moving averages here, okay, shows very strong movement, but a lot of time, right, when price moves up, that means that, let's say for example, this was a previous high. Okay, let me just get a better view for you. Okay, so this was the previous high, right? This will be known to the market as a resistance. Why is that so? Because after price hit into this high point here, what happened? It's actually moved down. Okay. All right. So people remember this point as a resistance level. So it's like a high point that obstructed price from moving up. So likewise, when price hit around this region here, okay, it had a little bit of a reaction, all right, such that it went above the resistance. Okay, let me just expand that. Okay, see, this was a resistance. It went above that resistance, but it just still come back down, all right, as part of that uptrend, but subsequently it's moving up. Okay, now what is happening to the NASDAQ right now is that, yes, we have to agree that this is a very strong uptrend. So NASDAQ is in an uptrend. But what we are also seeing is that price is retracing. That means that it is moving towards, from the high point, it's correcting to move to this level here. What is this level? This was a previous high point. Okay, previously we've seen price hit this high and then it moved down, but it was broken. So we have a strong resistance that is right now turning into a support level. Okay, so NASDAQ is exhibiting a very strong trend, but it is also, all right, having broken, price is right now at a support level. Okay, now I want to talk about two scenarios here. All right, now by right, when price broke above a previous resistance and then break up, right, and then move back down, by right, this support level should be seen as a place to be bullish about price. Okay, I repeat this statement here, right? So by right, if it breaks above and then comes back down, it should be a place that should be seen as bullish. And, you know, you might want to consider some buy, or to look for buy signal around that area. Okay. However, sometimes, right, there are times that the support level will fail. Fail means that instead of getting supported, it will just come down, dong, like that, and it's a failed support. Okay, can this happen? Yes, it can happen. So what? It's very important is that we want to look for reactions here near the support level. Reactions, okay? Now, that's why when you're trading into CFDs, a lot of time, all right, we are looking at the shorter term movement, all right, then we can go down into the lower time frame, okay? What is the lower time frame? Because right now I'm at the day chart, I can move down to the 1 hour time frame to look for signals, okay? Because at this place here, at the support level, which is a known support level, right? The candlesticks is showing a bullish candlestick. So this one is showing like a long leg doji. Essentially, price moved down, but managed to close right up. So here it's showing like a little bit, not a very nice, like a hammer type of a movement, like pin bar, bullish pin bar, right? But essentially, the action of this tail here is telling you that, okay, price rejected the low point and closed back all the way to the high. Okay, so what I'm looking at is I'm looking at if price is to come back to this level again, which is about 20,700 plus minus around this level. What is the reaction of price? Will price be showing a bullish reaction, which in this case here constitute to a possible bullish behavior, all right? Or will price not show support but break downwards? Okay, so why do I suggest that? It's because, all right, in the past, take a look at the moving average. In the past, before it broke, right? Even if it comes back into the line that it broke, into the black line that it broke, right? It will still be supported by the moving average. Can you see that? Okay, it broke up. All right, if it retraces back down, okay, to this horizontal black line, or even by coming down a little bit more, right? Okay, it will still be supported by the moving average. However, this time, let me just ask you a question. These are the moving average, the same set of moving averages, okay? But of course, people use different set of moving averages here. I'm using the 21 and 55 because they do give a little bit more towards a quicker response. So we are testing like a stronger momentum type of price movement here, okay? But if price is to move below, that means close below the black line, okay? You see that? If price is to be here, trading into here, right? Then can I ask, will price be still supported by the moving average, or will it get below the moving average if price is to trade here? Above, get supported by the moving averages, or below the moving average? What do you think? Let me know. Yeah, you will get below because the moving averages are here. There's the red and the blue line, but the price movement, all right, when it's trading inside here, it close below the horizontal line, and it will be trading below the moving averages. In other words, right, there might be some other moving averages here, like the 200 days moving average, etc., to like support it. Okay, but end of the day, this might signify a steeper correction. Not saying that there's a change of trend. That means not saying that the uptrend is no longer true anymore, but it might suggest a deeper correction. Okay, so this is on the hypothetical assumption. All right, I've assumed that price doesn't get supported by this horizontal line here. Okay, but if it gets supported, it's fine. It's good news. Okay? If it comes back down, rebounds, get supported, it's fine. Okay, but if it just break below it, then it will be also below the moving average. All right, so I'm just giving you this scenario here so that if I don't have time to see you guys again, then you know that by moving below this high here, all right, then by trading below this high here, it is not healthy for Nasdaq temporarily. Doesn't mean that Nasdaq trend will move down. Okay, doesn't mean that it's a downtrend. It probably means that there might be a deeper correction. Now, especially that you do hear things like the market breadth is bad. Price movement upwards has been led by only certain tech stocks, and also the market was last week not last week, but this week was looking forward to the Nvidia CEO speech at CES, but he doesn't give a very like motivating good speech that the market was expecting. So we're gonna watch out for price action. So with CFD, with trading into the indexes, it can become like a hedge to your stocks if you want to use that. Okay. All right. Now, any question here? Okay, so I just want to quickly, just very, very fast, right? Just to also talk about this one, which I think that it's a boring index and people don't actually talk about it. Okay, so this is the STI. Okay, here we go. So this is STI. What is STI? STI is our Swiss Times Index, right? So yes, Philip can allow you to trade into the STI. Probably this doesn't gives a like extended view on what I'm trying to show in STI. But this was the highest price in STI as for this price feed here. All right, you can see that STI actually break out of one of the highs. So I just wanted to show it to you here, which is the SDI index. I know that it might not be very interesting to trade that, and today actually moved down. Okay, but the STI has a resistance which is all-time high here. Okay, and that it is near the all-time high. The high point was about 3,800. Okay, remember, when we trade into CFDs, we can be pretty flexible. At support, we can look for buy. Every system, we can look for sell, right? But this was like the all-time high of STI, and actually STI, hit very nicely or got nicely into near the all-time high. Okay, and the weekly candle here doesn't look very nice. Okay, yes, the trend is still up, but this weekly candle doesn't look very nice. Can anybody tell me what does this weekly candle look like? Looks like a shooting star, right? But most important, what is the implication of a shooting star is this long tail here. So what is this tail here? This tail says that price ever moved high to that 3,887 level. It ever moved high, right? But today, as of today close, it's actually closed much lower. So it means that early this week, people were still very much enthusiastic about STI. You see, we're still buying higher. Boom, close right high up to the up, right? But after that, it just moved back down. Okay. There will be this where you have how to say giving up of dividends, etc. It can react in this manner here. Okay. But if you look at the dividends, we don't really see much dividend giving out. So I believe that this is a movement that we might want to look at, in terms of STI. I know that it's a boring index. It doesn't move that fast, but if you want to move, it can move really very well. But at the same time, it is near to a critical level. Okay, so this is what I want to share about the three things I want to talk about. And if you take a look at the CFDs here, then Philip, they do offer the trade, right, into STI. Okay, any other questions? Okay, no questions. I'll just pass the session back to Zihan. I believe that he has something nice to share with all of you. And I see you guys for my next session, which is about 2 weeks later. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, hi. Good morning, everybody. Sorry, afternoon, everybody. Happy New Year to you. So, thanks, Binni, for the session as well. So, for the new year, we have a new campaign for you, and this is a very attractive campaign we have for this first quarter of the new year. So, and it's applicable only for clients who do not yet have a CFD account or have not started trading CFD yet. So the mechanic is quite easy. So all you need to do is just apply for your CFD account, top up money to the account, and then do your very first trade before 31st of March. And then you'll be receiving $100 cash credit into your CFD ledger. And every subsequent trade after the first trade will entitle you to $10 cash credit, up to $50 per day and $400 for the entire campaign. So all in all, you can receive up to $500 for this entire campaign. So do scan the QR code on the website to find out more details. And do take advantage of this campaign as well, because it's a very one of the most rewarding incentive campaigns that we have recent months. And also, once again, thanks, Binni, for the session. And our next session will be 2 weeks later on the 24th of January. And here's the registration link. Do sign up and do join us again. We hope to see you again 2 weeks later. Right. Thank you.